Hey, Floyd Mills, the Prince of Real Estate Mills, just came to you today just to talk to you for about 2 minutes today. But first, I just want to give God all the honor, the glory, and the praise. I was reading in the book of Deuteronomy where it said that God is your praise. So I just want to give him all the praise, the honor, and the glory before I come to you for about 2 minutes of my time. You know what? There is a technique about taking a test. First of all, I just want to say my name is Floyd Mills, and I'm a real estate agent in the state of Michigan. Matter of fact, I'm in Flint, Michigan, Genesee County, the state where we usually have a lot of problems. But you know what? God is the one that always bring about all glory in any situation that you're in. Because it says that every steps of a good man is ordered by the Lord. Though he fall, he will not be utterly cast down, but uplifted. So I give God all praise, glory, and honor for everything that he has done in my life. But here's what I want to say. It took me a while before I became a real estate agent. Yes, it has. And I want to say this. I went and I took the test the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth time. But you know what? I haven't took a test in over 30 years. So I didn't even know how to even take a test. But you know, there's a technique in taking a test. There's a technique in reading. And I just learned the techniques about reading. You know, I heard people say that you could read 3 to 4 books a month. I'm like, how in the world can you read 3 to 4 books a month? And some people can't even read 1 book a year. But there's a technique. And I figured out what the technique was just by reading over and over again. And I figure out, wait a minute, there's a technique in the reading the book. Awesome. Taking the test. I failed the test 6 times until I had to go to God and ask God, God, what is it that I'm doing wrong? First of all, you're not doing anything wrong. You just got to know the technique. And I got the technique written right in my word. Write the vision and make it plain. So anybody out there who's taking the test, number 1, write it down on billboards. Put it in front of you like a chalkboard. Write that thing down. So every time you walk in that house, you will see what that test question is. You will see it. Write it down. Walk in your house. Walk in your office. Have that thing written down on a board or something so when you first walk in that house, that's what you see. I know that now that when I walk in my house and I look at something and I see it, I'm going to remember it. So when I go to take a test, I'm going to remember it. That's just why 2.5 years later, I still know. What's an acre, Floyd? 43,560. What's a section, Floyd? 640 acres. What's a township? 36. 36. That's a section. I'm sorry. That is a township. And I'm looking at this. I know it because it's embedded in there. What's an easement? What are those? What's a quarter? 0.25. What's an eighth? 0.125. What is a quarter of a quarter of a quarter of a quarter of a section? 10 acres. So you know that because you wrote it down. So this is what I'm saying to your Facebook fan. When you taking the test, no matter how many times you failed it, don't never give up. Never give up. Keep going. Keep going. Write the vision and make it plain. Write it down and make it plain. When you taking the test, when you studying for that test, write it down and make it plain. So when you walk in your house, you got billboards all over your house telling you what the answers are. So if you want to be a hairdresser, you got to take it for that. You want to be a lawyer. So all the hairdressers, all the lawyers, all the real estate agents, all the teachers, everything you want to do, you got to take a test for. You got to go down Southfield and take a test. And the tests are not cheap. $76 a whop, some of them. You got to pay to leave from Flint to go to Southfield, Detroit, or Lansing, or wherever you're going. You got to pay for that. Remember, write it down, make it plain, and you will pass that test.